There's a weapon that eventually I'm very excited to craft, and I don't see a lot of people talking about how good it is. Now, that weapon is none other than the Disparity Pulse Rifle. If you don't know what this pulse rifle is, this is from Season of the Seraph, and this is going to be a 450 round per minute pulse rifle that's in the aggressive burst archetype, so that means it's a hard-hitting 4-round burst fire. This intrinsic trait is going to play into a lot of why I think this gun is so good, and that is all due to the fact that Headstone can roll on this gun. Now, Headstone, we all know, is a great perk. You just get a headshot, it's going to spawn a stasis crystal. You can then use that to shatter it, do a lot of damage, or just keep it around and stand beside it for some cover. Or if you play into fragments, you can get some damage resistance out of it. There's a lot of different ways you can make Headstone work, but for the most part, most people use it to shatter it into a bunch of AoE damage around the initial enemy you killed. Well, the thing is, before, there has not been a single weapon in the game where you could shatter the crystal with pretty much one shot, unless you were using Whisper of Rending. The go-to for most people is IS Luna, so you can get a headshot kill, then you pop on Whisper of Rending, and then you can blow the crystal up with one shot. That does limit your build potential due to the fact that you're forced to take a fragment to just blow a crystal up, but with this new Disparity Pulse Rifle, you can achieve that without taking Whisper of Rending. So this weapon has the origin trait Haka Breach Armaments. This weapon deals increased damage against vehicles, turrets, barricades, and stasis crystals. Now this also does affect ambush, but honestly, if you're building around Headstone, for sure take Haka Breach Armaments. Now, since this is a 4-round burst fire, every single shot that you're shooting out is getting this Haka Breach Armaments buff, which in return will let you one burst a crystal down without having to take Whisper of Rending. Now, currently in the game, I think this is the only gun that can actually achieve this. They actually ended up buffing Haka Breach Armament, so it actually does more damage to everything it lists, essentially. So with that buff, alongside it being a hard-hitting 4-round burst weapon, it can blow the crystal up with one burst. Now, I will mention, I have not tried out a Percy's D with Headstone and the buffed Haka Breach armors yet. Since this is a high impact scout rifle, there is a chance that this could also one-shot. I'm not exactly sure. You could be sure to leave a comment below to let me know if you have this exact roll. But if this is able to one-shot, this could also be a very good option to run as well. You have things like Rapid Hit, Perpetual Motion, even things like Stats for Alls, a very good option for this as well. Compulsive Reloader got a buff. That could be a very fun option. I'm not exactly sure if the Haka Breach armaments will give it enough damage to one-shot, but if it does, that is another option. Now, the main thing is, though, is Disparity, because we know this one works. You have Haka Breach Armaments and Headstone. Another cool thing about this is that this weapon is craftable. Percy's D is not craftable, so you're going to get your guaranteed got roll. On top of that, you can have enhanced traits. Now, enhanced Headstone actually increases the stability of your weapon by a little bit, which is honestly not terrible because it'll make it even easier to land that headshot to actually make the Headstone proc. But in this other column, there's a bunch of cool options you can do, mainly going to be Outlaw or Rapid Hit. Now, Outlaw pairing with Headstone is always a great option. You're going to get that crystal to form alongside getting that increased reload speed, which is very, very nice. But I think my go-to for this is going to be Rapid Hit. Rapid Hit means when you land a bunch of headshots, it's going to stack up a bunch of buffs for more stability and reload speed. And since this is a 4-round burst weapon, every single time you shoot one burst, you're getting 2 times 4 if you do hit all your headshots, which is the point anyway, because you want to proc your Headstone. So since Rapid Hit is given reload speed, obviously it's going to be really good just to reload the gun, but that stability increase is going to be nice again, so you can make sure you actually land your Headstone proc. And once again, this is also able to be enhanced, so you get even more benefits. So the way this is going to work is just to get a bunch of headshots, shoot that crystal, immediately reload, go into the next target, get a bunch of headshots, shoot the crystal, immediately reload, and that is going to be the flow of it. You're going to be able to have a bunch of Rapid Hit stacks and a bunch of crystals just spawning everywhere. And again, don't need to worry about Whisper of Rending because Haka Breach Armaments does it for you. Now, for other perks, you can go with whatever you want to make the gun feel a little bit better for you. Since you're going to be reloading a lot, I honestly wouldn't recommend magazine increase perks. Taking something like Flare Up Magwell could be very good. And I like to get as much handling as possible on this weapon because it is a little low in the handling department. So taking something like Fluted Barrel to get that extra stability alongside that 15 handling, again, to help hit that headshot, and maybe throw in like a handling masterwork on there. You have 55 handling, which is, you know, relatively nice, a bunch of stability, very easy to shoot, nice reload speed with things like Rapid Hit being procced, and it is overall just a workhorse of a weapon. Now, the final thing to note is that if you are going to be shooting stasis crystals, I would highly recommend taking the Fragment Whisper of Fissures. So this is going to increase the damage and size of the burst of that stasis crystal to do even more AoE ad clear. But if you don't want to take that and you just want to run Headstone without a stasis subclass, you can also do that. Just know that you're not going to get that increased damage or that increased AoE radius like you would if you were running stasis with the fragment. So that's pretty much it for the disparity. A lot of these new season weapons have pretty cool interactions. If you haven't seen my machine gun video, I posted how that could potentially be one of the highest DPS weapons. I know with the Volatiron changes to Falcons, it's actually becoming pretty meta at this point. And now we have this pulse rifle to do its own unique thing. It's one of a kind as of right now in the game, and it is a very fun option to run. Let me know what you all think about disparity. If you're going to craft it, if you're looking for this exact role, maybe there's a PvP role you're looking for. So be sure to comment all that down below. And if you learned anything new, enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, turns notifications on. Also, if you like, join my Discord, follow me on any of my socials. All that will be linked in the description. But just know watching this video is way more than enough, and that every single bit of support from you all is truly appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching this one, and have a great day. Peace.